Creating your own suffering. Okay, let's talk about this. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Okay, this is a rethinking reality. So let's get into this. So, creating your own suffering. Are you? Think about it. Are you creating your own misery? That's what he said, right? Okay, are you? Think about it. Now, you know, this goes deep. So, let me take off my shoes here so I can get grounded. So, are you creating your own suffering? Now, that can be caused by a lot of things. Like, let's just talk about your diet, okay? Because there's lots of different areas to be able to get into. Are you creating your own suffering? So your diet, if you are on any type of a malnourishing diet, no matter what type it is, could be maybe you're creating your own suffering because you're on the standard American diet, right? Maybe you're creating your own suffering because you're on the vegan diet and you're malnourishing yourself. Maybe you're creating your own suffering because well, you're just not maybe exercising. So you got to really sort of think this through. Are you creating your own suffering? Okay, sorry about that, I was interrupted. Okay, so are you creating your own suffering? And again, that could be because of your diet, that could be because of, well, over time, remember, suffering sometimes we get used to. And if you wake up in the morning and you don't have any get up and go in your step, then it means most likely, well, you've got problems in your brain chemicals, right? Did you sleep well? Do you sleep with your Wi-Fi on, with your phone next to your bed? Okay? Do you sleep with this wireless constantly around you? I mean, are you creating your own suffering? Think of it. Okay? Do you have a smart meter on your house? And what's that? If you don't know what a smart meter is, smart meters are, well, they're supposed to be smart, right? And they are, okay? They are doing whatever they do, but are they smart for you? Think of it. Is your smart tech good for you? Are you creating your own suffering? Okay? The social media, are you creating your own suffering? By wasting your time all the time. Click, 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 okay? Ding, ding, ding. Or ding-a-ling, whatever it is, okay? Making you feel small compared to everyone else who looks like they feel real big, right? Because that's what television does, or the television, or any of these AI interfaces, basically, what I'm on right now, right? Makes you, so you are on TV, right? And President Nixon tells you, he says, if you've seen it on TV, that means that the American public will buy it, right? No one will believe anything unless they see it on TV, and if you see it on TV, that means, well, that means that I believe. So, are you creating your own suffering? Okay, and that could go, like I said, in almost every avenue of your life, okay? Take a shower every day, right? You're in fluoride, you're creating your own suffering. Are you eating foods that are out of a can? If it has a label on it, guys, then most likely maybe you don't want to eat it, okay? Think of it. If it's got a label on it, that means it's been processed. Even, well, when you go to the store and you buy an apple, does it have a label on it? Blink. What's that label got on the back of it, right? Sticky. And what's in that sticky? Okay, endocrine disruptors, right? They're the glues, they're the plastic, the adhesives. Okay, when we buy food in bags, what do you think's in that bag? Remember, you're creating your own suffering. Are you toxifying your body? Are you creating your own suffering in a way that actually would benefit you? Because that's another way to look at this too. Because I work out 3-4 days a week, and when I work out, I suffer. I try as hard as I can, right? But do I get anything out of it? Yeah, that type of suffering does the body good, right? Then I refeed my body with the correct bioavailable elements so I won't make myself suffer. Because if I keep on working out and I don't replenish myself. Check out the cows out there. They're sitting out in the, look out in the pasture out there. There's like 50 cattle out there just eating grass, just like these guys, just eating grass. But, you know, creating your own suffering can be stopped. Okay, are you, again, watching porno? Are you creating your own suffering with all the mental movies? I just did a video on why is there evil in the world? It's a Rethinking Reality. It's a good one for you to go ahead and see. Is because, remember, suffering is the delicacy of the demonic realm, if you want to go ahead and look at it that way. Suffering is a delicacy for something that feeds off of your energy. Remember, suffering is a sort of a common epidemic that you have right now, just from people wearing a muzzle. What do you think you're doing? You're suffering, aren't you? Can you breathe free? No, you can't, okay, because you're suffering, right? You're lowering your oxygen, right? What does that do to your body? Your body suffers, okay? Think about it. You're sitting in your house all day watching the television, and you don't think you're suffering is because the television is a sort of a psychotronic trance, as you can call it, right? It's just a big trance. So when you watch television, you listen to certain music, it puts you in a trance. And, you know, a trance is not a bad thing. But being under the trance or under the spell all the time, again, if you live in the city, think of it. Do you think you're suffering? Listening to the cars, da, 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 breathing the crappy air, okay? And part of the crappy air is, you can see up there, those are real clouds, nice puffy ones. And what's that big streamer in the back there? If you haven't seen the documentary called The Dimming, you can see those trails way out there. See those big lines right there in the sky? Okay, and all this stuff above me. Okay? You can call it synthetic, you can call it whatever you want to, but it's doing a number on my grass here. I can show you on another video here how a lot of my grass is being burnt. They cut this lawn here, but you can see how the grass is being burnt by something. And it's in large quantities all over the place. They just cut the lawn here, so they cut off all the burnt pieces. But anyways, are you suffering by drinking crappy water? Are you suffering by putting a phone up to the side of your head? You're not suffering, right? But your body is. Right, Hodo? Show me your wings. Show me your wings, Hodo. Let me see. He's watching me out here. Can you show me your wings? There you go. A little windy for you? Yeah, the man. So, you know, creating your own suffering is something that I see most people, and they don't even realize that they're suffering every day. Every day they're suffering, okay? A lot of people just go to work and suffer every day, right? Why are you going to work? It's because you have to, right? Not because you want to. Are you suffering? Okay? How do you change that? The first thing is that the body, if it's suffering, okay, the mind suffers second. So if you malnourish yourself, and just think of it, the vegan diet, you're not going to eat any cholesterol, any eggs, because they said cholesterol is bad for you, right? Okay? You're not going to have any real saturated fats, okay? The good ones for your brain and your body. You're going to have all the veggie fats, which is going to destroy your gut. Are you causing your own suffering? Okay, are you eating any sugary cereals? And if you look that up, just look up glyphosate in cereals and see what you come up with. Just throw that into the search engine, okay? Glyphosate or herbicides in your beer, in your wine, okay? And I have an animal in the back right now who just died, and this is my 9th sheep from, you can see I had to put a black 3-foot tall screen in the back of the fence there. You can see it all the way across there. It's because the guy next door sprayed Roundup and made all my animals. He did it 2 times. On purpose, I'm sure. Okay? And these are the only guys I have left over here now. Out of like 19 sheep I had, I only got 10 left. 10 healthy ones left. All my babies died and everything. So the suffering from poisons that are in your diet, even though you don't even know they're in there, okay, are going to cause you to not feel good. It's going to cause you to lose your hormones. It's going to cause you to feel depressed. It's going to cause you to not do anything, and that's what happens, okay? To people that lose your testosterone, and I've done lots of good videos on Rethinking Reality about estrogen-fed society. Are you creating your own suffering by putting a bunch of estrogen in your body? Okay, look at my 1-year transformation video that I did to show you that I was creating my own suffering for 15 years on the plant-based diet. Okay, just so you know, it's a good thing for you to test a lot of different diets out. It's a good thing for you to test a lot of things out, and then you'll have to make your own decision, if you can dig yourself out of it, on what you need to do next to be able to see if you can get back your health, or maybe get into another regime that's going to maybe give you another experiment that you can try, right? Because that's all diets are. That's what they are, right? Die, D-I-E, and a T. You're going to die a little bit most of the time with your diet. So, you know, creating your own suffering, okay, like I was, is because, you know, I wanted to see if I could become an herbivore. Why? Because all the authorities said that I could. I could absorb plants just as good as the herbivores can. Really. Okay? Do I have a belly like the herbivores? Do I? Do I have a fermented chamber like the herbivores? Do I have the intestinal bacteria like the herbivores? No, I don't. But I tried. But I just couldn't do it. But I tried. So, you know, there's a lot of misinformation everywhere. And the only way you can find out the correct information is for you to figure it out yourself. And all I can do is give you some pointers of my experience, of what happened to me. Okay. And if you want to go through that experience, give it a try. And give us a report of findings on what happened to you. And then give us a report of findings to show us that you rebuilt yourself back, okay, from the sickness that you had. Remember, I was sick before. And it took you know, 10 years for me to really start to my last 5 years of the plant-based diet. Everything started to fall apart, okay? I don't care if it's from faster aging. I don't care if my joints were sore. I couldn't even walk up the bloody stairs, okay? My hips, knees, elbows, okay? Tennis elbow, shoulder problems. All my joints were sore and stiff. Okay? Are you causing your own suffering by eating too many oxalates? Okay, and if you don't know what oxalates are, watch our videos, especially the Rethinking Reality ones, on a variety of different videos that I started January and forward in 2020 to be able to talk to you about the plant poisons that I didn't even know about. Remember, you go to school and they're going to teach you what they want to teach you, and you're going to have so much of this information coming at you, you don't have really that much critical thinking because there's no time to think. There's only time to memorize and to spit out and get a grade if you memorized the theories that they want to tell you, right? Because most of everything we learn in biology is theory. We can watch things, okay? We can understand if you give this, you know, this happens to this, okay? Yeah, this organ is, you know, like liver is loaded full of vitamin A, right? Loaded full of vitamin A. And they say carrots are loaded full of vitamin A, but they're not. That's beta carotene. And you gotta convert that to vitamin A. And good luck. If you can, then maybe you're better than me. Okay, the only way you can really get all of the essential microminerals, microelements, is from animal products. And that's what I found out. You can figure it out yourself. Plants are for detoxification and for cleansing. Okay, remember, all different types of spices, herbs, resins, and everything else, those are things, compounds, to be able to maybe help you with parasites. Remember, they call them antioxidants or polyphenols and stuff, but you take too many of these things, you know what you do? You cause yourself suffering. Okay? The sheep died because of the glyphosate. Okay, so if you think that the glyphosate that you're eating right now, okay, is good for you, and remember, it destroys the gut. And I watch these animals die slowly. It takes them about a month to die. They just slowly get weaker and weaker and weaker. They eat, but they can't digest. Okay, that's the problem. They get leaky gut syndrome, their face swells up, and they wind up getting systemic poisoned from the intestinal gut leaking into the body. You can do your own testing yourself, right? Get a couple of mice or rats and feed them a little glyphosate and see what happens to them. See if they replicate, see if they regenerate. Okay? All I know is sheep are very sensitive to chemicals. They're a good, like, gauge, just like frogs are a good gauge. If you've got frogs in the creek, then most likely your creek's pretty clean, right? The frogs, when I moved here, there were bufo frogs everywhere, jumping. Every time it rained, there was 20 of them up my driveway. I had to stop, get out of the car, push them out of the way. Big, huge frogs. I haven't seen these frogs for 5 years. They're gone. The insects are gone. Okay. A lot of the, you know, I did a video back, I don't know, maybe last year, showed you about the tree sickness. Okay, it's going on all over the world, but wanted to show you the tree sickness. I'm going to walk in here. I'm going to show you some of this brown grass. So whatever has been sprayed that's coming down, my grass isn't growing. The farmer tells me next door that his grass is not growing. Okay? Are you causing your own suffering? Well, all I know is that my grass is suffering right now and I'm not causing it. And you can see how all this grass right here, look. I mean, it rains pretty much every day here. Why is this stuff dead and brown on top? Never have I seen this in Hawaii. You can see all this grass right here. Okay, you can see how this grass has been burnt. I've never seen this before. And all the grass is like this. Like I can pull up, just burnt. Okay. And you can see all the tips, all the brown here. Look at all this. And you can see, I'm just going to pull one of these guys out, but this is what it looks like in the early stage. And you can see how it burns the leaf, whatever it's doing, like a defoliant. So, I don't know, could it be possible that that stuff that is being sprayed in the skies is coming down? Because my grass isn't growing. It usually grows a foot a week. Okay, you can see, look at these big, huge spots. Here. Anyways, I'll do another update on the trees here because the trees are worse here. The banana trees, everything, palm trees, everything's being burnt like this. So, anyways, are you causing your own suffering, your own misery? I would say yes. Is because of lack of knowledge, lack of truth that's flowing around you. That's what I believe. Okay? So, you know, my journey, just like everybody's, is a special one. But I've been in this world called the health world. You know, I graduated with a Doctor of Chiropractic degree in 1984. I just turned 60 the other day. And so I've been here a long time, as you can see. Santa Claus, right? So, you know, there's lots of things to be able to share with people. If your foot is in that field, basically your whole life. So, eartheracademy.com, we've got lots of different videos for you to be able to upgrade, enhance, and optimize your health, wellness, and happiness. And I got to watch what I say on this channel, so that's why it's sometimes hard to be able to even think, because there's lots of things I'd like to say. Just let it flow out, just like I'm talking right now, instead of talking slower and trying to pick through my words. Why? It's because there's so much to say, but you really can't say too much, right? Are you causing your own suffering? Is the question you have to ask yourself. Remember, are you obese? Are you overweight? Okay? Do you have acne? Okay? Any of these things, you're causing not you suffering, you're causing your body to suffer, because maybe you haven't cleaned your skin with the protocols to be able to wipe the parasites out of your exterior body. Have you done any of the protocols at all to be able to maybe detox the body? Do you use the sauna? Do you use the hot tub protocols that we share? Okay, hot tub protocols in clean water. Do you do that? Have you ever done that? And I'm looking at the grass here, and all my grass is bloody burnt, as you can see. It's all burnt at the tips here, never before. So whatever's come down on the grass is burning the grass. It's making it not grow. Anyways, that's another story. But causing your own suffering, okay, can be fixed. You can change that yourself. And one of the things I would recommend is stop watching the television. Stop watching horror films. Stop, parading your mind with fear. And what do? That means just shut off all the electronic devices as much as you can. Remember, if you don't know what smart meters are, then you need to check that out and find out where that thing is on your house and shield the inside just with a couple of pieces of aluminum foil right behind the meter. Like 3 feet by 3 feet, right behind them where the meter is, and that's your electrical meter. So, there's a lot of things to be able to, again, upgrade, enhance, and optimize. But what do you do? What do you start first? To stop your suffering, right? To slow down your suffering, at least. Again, these are all long conversations, okay? They just are. It's because there's so much to do. I've got so many videos on all these little pieces, from all the tips of the day. Remember, these are booby traps that are going down. Booby traps. From the chemicals that are in your food. Remember, if it's got a label, then you have to know that it's suspect, because you don't know how to read labels. You can't read legalese. Even though you read English, you can't read those labels either, because it's like legalese. You just don't know what a lot of the things are. Like even monosodium glutamate. Remember, they're real smart now. Look up and search that one. Alternative names for monosodium glutamate, okay, which is MSG. Look at all the different names. Vegetable hydrolyzed protein, all these things that sound so good, okay? Anyways, are you causing your own suffering with your gut dysbiosis? Then you may want to try what I did. I removed all seeds, grains, nuts, okay, greens, anything that basically that I know that was irritating my gut from the phytoalexins, the plant poisons that are present in every plant. Even cabbage has 49 internal pesticides that the plant grows within itself. So if you've got gut problems, you're going to have to change it up. You're going to have to stop poisoning yourself with what you think is good. Veggies are good for me. Well, that's got a lot of discussion, okay, to go ahead and go over, because most of the plants are not needed for you to stay healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise. Okay, I do use some herbs and resins still in my diet, but I don't have any vegetables at all. I haven't any vegetables for over a year and 3 months or so. No reason to. For what? Because I need to have those vegetables to get my minerals in my foods? No, I don't. No, I don't. I just know that those vegetables are causing my gut to have a lot of spasm, indigestion, bloating, gas, okay, all these things that are not comfortable for me to be able to say, I feel good today. Remember, if you're overweight, you're suffering. Just to get out of a chair if you're 100 pounds overweight, you're pretty strong. put 100 pounds on your back and see if any normal person can get out of a chair. Even though that person's pretty big, let's say 300 pounds, they're pretty darn strong, remember, to be able to handle sitting down in a chair and getting up. That means you're doing 300-pound squat. That's no matter what. Okay, but once your body gets plugged, remember, your body's suffering. So learn the detox protocols. And all it is just doing a little bit at a time. Learning a little bit at a time. What I see, which really bothers me, are the children. Those are the ones that are suffering. Remember, the adults, you did it to yourself. The children, you guys are being pushed on all this sugary garbage that they're feeding you, all these genetically modified foods and packages and processed crap. You're being pushed to be able to think that the plant-based diet is a good diet for you to be able to eat, okay? Because it's going to save the world from suffering, right? Okay, are these animals suffering right now? And first of all, these are my breeders. I don't eat any of these guys. People say, how could you go ahead and raise these animals and eat them? No, these are all females. First of all those cows over there, they're all females. They only have one bull, is when they're ready to, and or if there's males in there, they're castrated already. Okay, there's no bulls in there. There might be one, only if they're breeding. They just had their babies a couple months ago. But they're out there all day eating and having a great time. They're not suffering. All they do is eat and poop, and the grass grows again, and they eat it, and they turn into this creature, again, with hoofs and fur and organs and everything, just from eating grass. Amazing. We can't do that. Be nice if we could, but our physiology will not let us do that. We don't have a fermented chamber. These guys, they stop chewing, right? No, they chew all day. Even when they're not feeding, they're still chewing. They cough up inner materials, they start chewing their cud. Anyways, they're searching for more grass, right? They got so much to eat. But I can see all that area over there is all brown, 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 whatever they've sprayed here. Okay, my grass isn't growing. This is, like I said, 2 weeks worth of growth. This should be twice as thick as this. Anyways, causing your own suffering is something that sometimes, most likely, you don't even know you're doing to yourself. So, you know, rethinking realities are for you to just sometimes look into some of the things that you may not be able to see. Just may not be able to see them. And if you don't see them, well, then maybe you can see things in other people, and just know that most likely if you can see them in other people, you may have them in yourself too, because divine eye can't see itself, right? I only can see myself when I look in the mirror. So it's good for you to look in the mirror. Give yourself an evaluation, an authentic, true evaluation. Do it. It's good for you. That's part of the ego that lives inside you, is to protect you, and is to look at you and say, oh, I need to chisel this off. I have acne, so I'm not going to go ahead and eat any of these processed garbage anymore. I'm not going to go to fast foods anymore, right? Anyways, so much to talk about. And if you are causing your own suffering, I guarantee you that there's a few things you can learn, $10 a month at Earth Academy. Remember, I just do this just to keep things going. Remember, I don't need to make a living, not at this time in my life. So everything I do pretty much right now is all from my heart. That's it. So, and anybody knows, just to be able to keep a website going with all videos and everything else, you're talking about a big job there. With all the different attacks you get, all the different widgets you got to buy, and protectional systems and special servers and everything else. Why? Is because they make you. And that knocks most people out of the game. Shoot, I won't even tell you what it costs just to go ahead and just to pay the base monies, okay, of Earth Academy, just to keep it going. It's not just me. Remember, there's other parts of this to be able to make a video and keep a website going and programming and everything else. This is all professional stuff. It needs to be, of course, done by someone that knows what they're doing. And that's not me. Anyways, creating your own suffering without just talking, going over and over again, again, you're doing it to yourself. You don't even know it. So if you have any suffering in your life, then it's time to be able to start a detox program. It's time to be able to maybe start a re-nourishment program. Get off of the plant-based diet. Give it a try. Don't be shy. Did a video on that one too. We've been doing videos for over 10 years. And we've got lots of stories to tell all the time. What's up? You gonna show us your wings again, Hodo? Let me see. Show me your wings. Show me your wings. Let me see. Come on, put them out. There you go. A little windy for you. Get out in the sun. You're causing your own suffering if you're not. Get off the sunglasses. You're causing your own suffering if you're not. Okay? I mean, get off the pharmaceuticals. You're causing your own suffering if you're not. There's so many things that you're doing. Anything that's unnatural for your body basically is making you suffer, just so you know. Get out in nature. You'll need to be able to decompress from this world. Okay? That's just the way it is. And if you get out in nature, ground yourself to the ground, get out in the sun. Follow the skin cleaning protocols, though, before you get in the sun. Put the coconut oil on, minerals, so you can absorb all that D3. Remember, eat those saturated fatty acids from those animal products and get out in the sun so you can convert all the beauty that's in those things, okay, into your system. It does take time to re-nourish the body, and if you damage yourself and malnourish yourself too much, you may not even be able to ever regenerate back. Just to let you know. You get a zinc deficiency. I had ridges in my fingernails for like 5 years. I don't have them anymore, but it took me like almost a year and a half just to get them off. Why? Because I was collagen deficient, zinc deficient, creatine deficient, taurine deficient, vitamin A, D, E, K deficient. Okay, all these things. Because why? Because I was eating too many bloody plants and I was causing me to suffer. So, it's good for you to go on a plant-based, maybe something, that's fine, for a short period of time. And then when because that's a catabolic diet. Catabolic means to take away. But if you want to have an anabolic diet and you want to put back on the muscle that your body needs to be able to really feel healthy, is not only to feel healthy, but it's also the body to be healthy. And that means it's not skinny as a bone. Okay? It's going to blow away in the wind. Watch my 1 year again transformation so you can go ahead and see. 127 pounds I started at, and I got up to like 150 just by eating one meal a day, no testosterone, no replacement therapy for hormones or anything, just eating meat and not mixing it with anything, just having the flesh only, a little kefir, a little cheese. And if I do have fruit, it's right before I work out for explosive energy. And I found this to work very well for me. It may not work for you, but it transformed me. Again, I'm 60 years old. And at this age, I see a lot of people my age, and I feel bad for them, man. They're all walking around with canes and 100 pounds overweight, just skin is terrible, either skinny as a rail or way overweight, okay? Big bellies hanging out of their waists. And why is everybody suffering? Why is everybody overweight? Why is everybody on medication? Why has everybody got all the wireless in your house? Okay, these are all things that make you suffer. So disconnect some of these things. Change your life just a little bit at a time. We just did creating your own home health sanctuary. That's a good one for you to learn a few of the things that I do here. Do what you want. Remember, it's your own world. This is my world. But do your own thing. And maybe learn from some people that you feel that are on the journey. They're on the journey. Is because what I believe today may not what I believe tomorrow. That's just what it is. My mind's open to the truth that comes to me and also the truth that I find out through my experiences. And sometimes that's a lot of change. So where I'm at right now, though, I am on the right program for me to re-nourish myself. Okay, remember again, plants are for detoxification and cleansing and fasting and all those types of things. I fast every day, 24 hours a day pretty much. And if I do have a snack, I'll have a couple of eggs. That's it. Maybe a couple spoons of liver. That's it. Watch our videos we just did also on bone broth. Okay, these are nutritional recipes. Bone broth soup. Okay, but it's not just bone broth. Remember, we made this into a super nutritional soup. Just finished also another video on using 4-organ hamburger meat. Remember, these are recipes to re-nourish yourself. Okay, using kidney, liver, beef liver, beef kidney, beef tallow. Okay. These are the organs that are loaded full of nutrients. So I'm putting out some of these recipes just so you can go ahead and see, like liver and onions. I mean, we cook the crap out of the onions, so you know it doesn't matter. You're not gonna go ahead and get any intestinal problems. And if you don't want to use the onions, because if you have gut problems, you cut out all your spices, anything. I don't care if it's garlic. I don't use any garlic in my food. Okay, garlic makes me suffer, makes me stink. Okay, it makes you stink under your arms. Okay, if you're putting makeup on your face, remember you're causing yourself to suffer. Just telling you. You know how much crap is in your makeup? I'm not going to even say about the ground up body parts that are in there. You can find that out for yourself. All the phthalates that are in your mascara, lead in lipstick. Okay, you're just toxifying yourself. And if I had to go ahead and say, are men more toxic or women more toxic? I would say hands down, the females are more toxic with your perfume, your fingernails, dyeing your hair every bloody month, okay, a new color, purple hair, or you look a little gray and you have to go ahead and just change it up. Stop doing that. We love you the way you are, girls. It doesn't matter. Remember, that's the system trying to go ahead and tell you that you don't feel secure about yourself because you got to change your color of your hair, or a guy, you got to wear a toupee, okay? All the guys too, they're dyeing their beards and whatever it is. Guys, it's what it is. You should be proud to have a little white hair. Why? Because it shows you've been here a long time. It's called wisdom. That's it. And everybody's got some wisdom to share. It just means that you've got some lifelong experiences that somebody may want to hear to, so they can learn from not your mistakes, maybe from some of the things that you've done on a good side too. So again, all the fingernails, okay, just crazy stuff, the females. Just crazy. Stop poisoning yourself every day. You know how many chemicals? If you're wanting to have children in the future here, then why would the plant-based diet be negative for you? It's because look at all the phytoestrogens in the plants. Phytoestrogen, plant estrogens. Okay, watch our video on estrogen-fed society. Why? Is because it is. Here, have a beer. It's full of estrogen. It's full of hops. Okay, full of plant estrogen. And you tell them, Hodo. Have some flax too. Why? It's because that's full of estrogen too. And while you're at it, why don't you have a little bit of soy so you can become, like they say, right, a soy boy. A lot of estrogen. And you know, anyways, I won't get into the hormone part, you know, but we also did a video on rethinking reality on testosterone. You know, how do you stimulate your testosterone? Well, one of the ways is take your clothes off, get in the sun, and get some sun on those private parts. Okay, and if you're a man, you know what to put on sun. Okay, and that's going to boost your hormones massively just by doing that. So the sun, remember, everybody's indoors right now and you're suffering. It's because you're not in the sun. You're wearing, and then as soon as you go outside, you put sunglasses on. And then at night, maybe when you're driving your car, you got to go ahead and almost wear, you got to wear blue blocker glasses because all the lights that are coming at you are LEDs and they're blinding you. You can't even see. You got to put your hand in front while you're driving because you can't see. So, you know, there's lots of, like I said, lots of pieces to this. Are you causing your own suffering by putting LEDs in your house? Causing your own suffering by using detergents and cleaning products, okay? Washing your hands with antibiotic soaps, triclosans, all these poisons. Washing your hands with the hand sanitizers 20 times a day with the alcohol, okay? The alcohol, that's not the type of alcohol you want to put in your skin, and look what's in those hand sanitizers, okay? Fragrances. There's a lot of things in those hand sanitizers that, well, they had to recall what 75 different ones on. I did a video, tip of the day I think it was, on making your own hand sanitizer just with some vodka and a little bit of essential oils. We threw some castor bean oil in there too, so the vodka doesn't get your hand dry. But that's it, make your own. And you just bring it with you instead of when you have to go into a store and you got to use their toxic, okay? You want to have children? Then you may want to get off the plant-based diet. You may want to get off all your perfumes, okay? All of the shampoos and the hand sanitizers and anything that's got a fragrance in it, including your laundry. That's another good video we did, non-toxic, how to do your laundry, non-toxic. Okay, so yeah, the world's a mess. And you got to have critical, thinking beyond the normal person. You just do. And if you don't, well, then maybe grab some critical thinking from some that do and put it into your world so you can maybe get some more critical thinking yourself. And if you do find things that do work for you guys, all you have to do is sort of pass things on, because we're all here to share. That's it. What I learn and I feel has efficacy to, I like to share. So I'm doing another video coming up. It's got many parts to it. What I do when I get the flu, okay? How I use CD, how I use oxygen therapies, how I use a variety of different protocols to keep in my health chest just in case I get the flu or feel like I'm going to get the flu, to stop that thing dead in its tracks, whatever it is. Okay? May have worked in the house, let's say in an old house, like we were working on one of the houses down there full of mold. Okay, so you get mold inside your body, what do? Time to do a therapy, right? Anyways, okay guys, we'll see you, and stop the suffering yourself, one step at a time. Again, this could be broken down in 50 different pieces just to be able to show you the layers of assaults that we're getting from every angle, and all you can do is navigate. That's it. All you can do is navigate, just like having an insurance policy, right? You have an insurance policy, not because you need one, because you need to protect. I have one on the house here, why? Because I want to protect the house, right? Anyways, health insurance, you want to protect your health. Car insurance, you want to protect your car and everybody else in your car. It's protection. So taking care of yourself is a line of protection. And if you don't take care of yourself, then you're going to have to find someone else to give you the magic cure, which is in a little petrochemical synthetic pill, right? Does that make sense? Okay, that's enough. Okay, and of course, remember, I'm in Hawaii, so I'm sideways. That's right. You laugh too, Hodo. All right, we'll see you guys. Aloha. Whew. Beautiful day besides those clouds. Look. You think those are real? Look at the holes in them. And they're above the real clouds. Those are the real ones there. Look, what is that? All stretched out up there. And what are those? They just put all those lines. Look at them all. Way out there towards Maui. And then they flow in here. Look at that, those big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. All making that big, huge cloud. Whatever it's doing, we know it blocks out the sun, that's for sure. And it makes the sky so it's not blue anymore, because it blends in all that white stuff into the air, and as you can see, the sky's not so blue right there. It's sort of white. They call it cloud whitening. Anyways, if you haven't seen, like I said, the video on the dimming, that's a good one for you to watch. It's on geoengineering.org. Dane Wingington, I believe his name is. Good video for you to be able to sort of catch up on what's going on in the sky, right? Keep your eyes to the sky. Okay, we'll see you guys. Aloha. Lots to say, but like I said, I got my my filter on. All right, aloha.